Welcome to True Talk. This is your host, Samar Jarrah. My co-host, Ahmed, Bedier, and myself are going to be raising funds, lots of money for our unique show on WMNF. And in the studio, I have with me my boss, our news director, Sean Kennan. Sean, how much money are we supposed to raise today?
So, Samar, in the next 55 minutes or so, we're going to raise $3,000.
Inshallah. As we say, God willing, we're going to be raising, I have a feeling, a bit more.
I hope so.
Do you mind?
I think that'll be okay.
Okay. I think our listeners will be really supporting True Talk and freedom of speech. Ahmed and I have been talking about freedom of speech for how many years?
About 20 years.
Okay. And we always warn that, you never know. One day we will have some sort of a government that will take our freedom of speech away. Is it happening?
Well, people are trying, and we're trying to fight back. So,
and how can we fight back?
Well, there's one. Wow, this is funny. We can fight back by making a donation to keep community radio alive in the Tampa Bay area. And the way that you do that is by calling 813-239-9663 and make your donation and say, hey, this is for True Talk, and it's for free speech. Here's my $100 donation or my $200 donation, whatever you would like to do to support True Talk. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
I am going to go to the Arabic music that people love. And when we come back, please go to 813-239-9663. We have a lofty goal to raise more than $3,000. I want to challenge myself and Ahmed and everybody out there. The station wants $3,000. I want to make it $5,000 if possible. Inshallah. This is a very emotional day for me because the war in Gaza, inshallah, just ended. So please show your support and love. And this is Dalida on WMNF 88.5 FM.
غنوة حلوة وغنوتين حلوة يا بلد
Welcome back to True Talk, Ahmed and Samar, and raising funds for True Talk. And we are hoping to raise a little bit more than $3,000. I have in the studio with me our news director, Sean Kenan. Sean, you have people to thank, I think.
Yeah, I do. This came in during Counterspin. Veronica from St. Petersburg is donating $25 and says she looks forward to our Thursday programming. So thank you to Veronica. And now we would like to thank people who are donating to True Talk. We did get some people who donated before the drive began, and we'll thank them momentarily. But I mainly want to ask you to go to your phones and call 813-239-9663 or donate on our website, wmnf.org. And Samar, could this be true? Is this Ahmed in the studio?
I don't know, because I love the hairstyle.
It is me.
He has more hair than I do now. It's a very nice hairstyle.
Oh, thank you for the nice compliment. Yes, I am here, and I'm here. Of course, I can't miss a fun drive. And am I on?
Yes. Yeah.
And because it's time to raise money, and we can't do it. And a lot is happening, which we'll talk about in a little bit, Samar, as far as this peace deal, Trump's peace plan, and the 20 points. Is it really a peace plan, or is it just a ceasefire? Is it a partial ceasefire? Is it going to even hold? Because they're still bombing Gaza right now, even though the mainstream media is celebrating that somehow there's a huge breakthrough. It hasn't actually taken effect. But to get things started, we have a goal this hour to raise $3,000. And that's 1 hour, and we're already less than an hour now. We actually have 48 minutes left to do that. And we need people to call in, our longtime supporters and our new supporters. But the theme this time is Resistance Radio. And we've been part of this, the resistance, and mainly resistance to the mainstream media, resistance to misinformation, resistance to war, those that are beating the drums of war. And those same people are beating the drums of war again and again. And they're pushing this administration to continue to do that. And now there are people that are beating the drums of war against American citizens themselves. They want to use the military against our own people. Who's going to speak up against that except WMNF and True Talk? We've been doing that for over 20 years, and we need your support today. So we have a couple of people that have called in, and pledged their support. I want to thank David Brownlow from Dunedin, Florida, says, Snow Bunny listens online. Yes, he's a Snow Bunny with the wife, half of the year online in Santa Fe. So,
how cool.
So half of the year here, half of the year in Santa Fe.
Not bad.
I didn't think Santa Fe is in the north, but it's still, thank you.
It gets cold.
Snow bunnies. Are there any other snow bunnies out there that will be calling in, or snowbirds that will call in right now to support True Talk? Call us at 813-238-8001. And here is a special pledge and a challenge for $300. They're asking for 3 people to call in $100 each. And they're saying, this anonymous person is saying that this is in memory of Rob Laura. And that is a special pledge because Rob Laura is the one who actually gave us a shot and put us on the air 23 years ago. And now Rob Laura has passed away, but his legacy continues at this station, which he helped start, and our show, he also helped found and supported for many years. So join that challenge right now. Be one of those people that can call in with a $100 contribution. Be one of the 3. And if you do that, we will get an additional $300, making it a total of $600, which will really go a long way towards our pledge. So our phone number is 813-238-8001. In a couple of minutes, Samar and I will be talking about and breaking down the peace plan, the supposed alleged peace plan, and why Trump is pushing for it so hard. There's a lot of gifts. If you contribute $100 right now, you can get this Resistance Radio T-shirt. It's a beautiful T-shirt, black. You can get it in both male or unisex, as well as a female one. Cut. That's a little smaller, more fitted. So for a $100 contribution, you can get that beautiful T-shirt. Really nice design on it, and it says Resistance Radio. Wear it proudly. Show the people you're part of the resistance. and you're not going to stay quiet. And WMNF is definitely not staying quiet. We're speaking out. We're speaking truth to power. We're using the airwaves responsibly and calling things out as they should be. That's the role of the press. That's the role of the media.
I have some people to thank if you'd like me to read these.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Yeah, Frank Wedden from Michigan has called in a $30 contribution and is tributing to the great staff at WMNF. Thank you for that donation for True Talk. Also, here's a $100 donation is getting our WMNF t-shirt from Riverview Anonymous. Thank you so much for that donation. And Clark Kim O'Connor from Tallahassee is donating $27.10 in tribute to Ahmed Saladin. And Clark says, this is the best radio show in the world ever. Thank you, Samar and Ahmed. Love you long time is what she says. And she's with the Tallahassee Green Party, and she's getting a WMNF keychain. So good to hear from you, Clark, and thanks for that donation. And I'd like to thank John M. Howell from Brooklyn, who is donating $10 in support of True Talk. So thanks to those contributions and donations. We would like to hear from you now. Here's the number, 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
I want to mention, Ahmed, that the challenge, we're expecting 3 people to call and pledge $100 each. Actually, what they can do is do it on a monthly basis. They can pay $10 a month, and they will get this amazing T-shirt in honor of the late Rob Loray. Like Ahmed said, he believed that our voices should be on the air. People were speaking on our behalf after September 11. They were talking to non-Muslims about Islam, or former Muslims, if you remember, Ahmed. They will be getting ex-Muslim to be talking about Islam and saying why they left Islam and why Islam is bad and why we are at war with Islam, not at war, for instance, with like Osama bin Laden or Al-Qaeda or this. So they were labeling all us as bad people.
As the enemy.
As the enemy. And of course, when it comes to Palestine, you had non-Palestinians and non-Arabs speaking on our behalf. I am a Palestinian myself. Ahmed is Egyptian. Both are Muslim, and Rob took really a risky step, and we prevailed. I want to thank this is a very beautiful message, if you may allow me, but thank on the air, but it's covered.
I think they just put the sticker there because it was so long.
Mike Foser from Palmetto. I listen to a lot of different shows when I have the chance and enjoy many of the different music shows. The other day when I was in my car, True Talk happened to be on, and I thought to myself, how lucky are we to be hearing this point of view that very few people ever get to hear. Thank you to all the good people at WMNF for all you do to bring us a wealth of information and good entertainment. Please keep up the good work. That was my show last week, and I have no recollection.
That's so touching.
Even what was it?
That's nice.
That's a great mention.
Wasn't it Muhammad Al-Masri on?
Last week I had 2 people actually, Muhammad Al-Masri and Eli Clifton.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Yes, Muhammad Al-Masri was talking about the... actually, I need to mention that he is Circle of Resistance, and he is giving us $68.40.
Right.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. But Samar, right now, we're asking for 3 people to call in for a $100 contribution so we can get that pledge, that $300 match. And right now, we only have 1 person on the line. Call us right now at 813-238-8001, 813-238-8001. Samar, President Trump is pushing hard for his 20-point peace plan. Let's just recall how we've come to this point. At the UN General Assembly, he convened a meeting, or he had a meeting with these leaders of different Muslim and Arab countries, including Turkey and Qatar, and representatives from Saudi Arabia and others. And they were pushing to try to end this genocide that's happening. But in the back of the mind, since Trump has come into office in the second term, and he's actually pursuing this in the first term, he has been coveting the Nobel Peace Prize. That's really what, and people might think, like, no, if you listen to Trump, especially on foreign policy, it seems like he's always bringing this up, and he's always talking about he's bringing peace to the world. He solved the conflict between India and Pakistan. He solved the conflict in Africa. Some conflicts we've never even heard about.
Yeah.
The main conflicts he wants us to solve or to bring peace to is Ukraine and Russia, and Israel and Palestine and bring the war in Gaza to an end. And he's always mentioning that somehow the Nobel Peace Prize, their Nobel Committee is not going to award him, but he's doing it anyway. But you know what's happening tomorrow is the Nobel Committee is meeting to announce the winners of this year's. So a lot of people are speculating, especially in Israel. They're speculating, they're saying the reason why Netanyahu did not push back against Trump telling him end it is because Netanyahu doesn't want to be seen as the one that's denying Trump the Peace Prize. I don't know. I don't think the Nobel Peace Committee is going to give it to him, but I don't know.
But imagine if they don't. People
I
are
don't
asking
know.
me,
The deal will be off and he'll just go berserk.
What do you think, Sean? Because people, like, I walk up to a million questions from the Arab world. Samar, what if he doesn't get it? Is he going to lash out at the Gazans or at who?
No, because he has 3 more years. He could try to get it for those times,
year.
So hopefully that they'll still dangle that in front of him.
Maybe for economics, for maybe making Gaza.
For chemistry, perhaps, because of his don't take Tylenol Did you see that press conference?
Yeah.
Where he says, the just don't do it.
My husband takes Tylenol every day.
He's not a woman. He's not pregnant. He's thinking about pregnant women.
Maybe he's trying to get pregnant. How do I know?
Well, I don't know. That's really... Okay, we're going off topic here. But is this peace deal, or it's not really a peace deal, it's really a ceasefire. Trump had 20 points.
They're still killing and shooting.
They're still bombing, but
13 people died
Trump's plan was 20 points. And, Hamas was smart to just simply come back and say, well, we accept Trump's plan, but as far as negotiating the future and who's going to govern, because part of it was Hamas has to disarm, they have to leave the Strip, and then somehow the governance of the Gaza Strip would be left over to some council. And most of the people on the council are not, it's like led by Tony Blair and figures like that. Almost all of them are not Palestinian. I think there might be one Palestinian on the whole thing. And it would be something like an interim government like they had in Iraq. But Hamas said, well, we're not in a position to sign on that because this affects the whole Palestinian people. But we can agree to the first phase. So now what they've signed off on is the first phase, a ceasefire and a hostage exchange, which they've actually had before. Will they go further than that or not? It's yet to be seen. Will Israel actually, stay committed to the ceasefire? Because in the past, they've actually reneged on it a couple of times. We know from the past that Netanyahu himself wants this war to go on. This is actually good for his politics and as a distraction, because otherwise people are going to start holding him accountable. So I'm not sure if it's going to hold or not. We hope that this brings an end to the genocide, but is he going to be off the hook? I don't think. Who's going to pay for all this rebuilding, all the destruction that Israel themselves caused? I mean, it's just devastating how much destruction they've caused in Gaza and the number of people that were killed.
I have news now about the Nobel Prize.
Oh, you do?
And this is a speculation from Twitter that maybe Chef Jose Andre of the World Central Kitchen might be receiving it.
Oh, Trump will be mad.
Oh my God.
Because the chef is going to beat him.
Or Greta. Imagine Greta.
Yeah, Greta.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is we don't have to speculate for very long. We're going to find out tomorrow morning Eastern time.
And just to make sure, because I think Hamas really stoked his ego, because people were asking me, like, why did he immediately agree to what Hamas said and he put it on Truth Social and then on the White House handle on Twitter? This is weird. He's almost saying nice things about Hamas. I said, because they were very smart. Whenever we tell people are starving, hand in the hostages, release the hostages. When we say let the aid in, no matter what picture we put about dead babies or mothers or pregnant women,
release the hostage.
So they said, take the hostages and the dead bodies, and then let's talk. So he said, okay. They just did a brilliant move, and I think somebody in the U.S. is supporting them and helping them.
Advising them, you mean?
Advising them.
Well, I don't know who that would. I mean, that might be...
it's not me. I'm looking at you. Maybe you.
I have nothing to do with them. That would actually be against the law, because providing material support, I don't know, for the record, I don't know anyone in Hamas except what I see on TV.
Me too.
So, but they were quick to say, we agree to President Trump's plan. But the thing is, it seems like even though many people think that Trump is a nut job and he's just so unhinged, but the rest of the world actually has to deal with it. So they can't just simply say, "Oh well, we're not going to deal with you." He wields too much power, and regardless.
But shows you that if Biden and Kamala wanted to end this war, they could have found a way.
With a phone call.
Yeah.
And they chose not to. They chose not to put the pressure for whatever reason. In fact, there are former or Israeli hostage families who have said that Hamas has offered to release all the hostages like on October 10th of 2023. Like 2 years ago, they offered the same thing. But it's the Israeli government and Netanyahu who refused that offer because that would have ended the war and it would have ended their pretext, what they wanted to do, which at the end, you and I think, believe this, that they wanted to just use this as a way to ethnically cleanse the Palestinians, using genocide or by all means, and drive them out so they can take that land. And so far, they've been unsuccessful. They've killed a lot of people. They've demolished a lot, but they have not been successful to drive the Palestinians off their land.
People are enjoying our conversation and they're not calling Ahmed.
Do you think? Well, the only way we can have this conversation actually is because of WMNF. Without WMNF, we wouldn't be able to have this conversation. You wouldn't be able to get this perspective. You would continue to hear the nonsense that's being said on mass media, the mainstream media. So if you like what you're hearing in this perspective, please call us right now. It's only made possible by WMNF. We need your support. We need your pledges and donations. We only ask you for this 2 to 3 times a year to help us stay on air because we don't have any commercial advertisers. And that's why we have this freedom. So our phone number is 813-238-8001.
We're going to use the 813-239-9663 number. Okay. I think either one will work. But
by the way, I tried the 8001 earlier today, and it worked.
It might work. That's true.
I'm sorry. It should be 813-239-9663. But if you call either, you will get to the same area. Please, Sean, you've got some people to thank that made some donations.
Yeah, I do. So here are 2 people who are helping us to meet that challenge. And I think we might even have another challenge soon. But to meet that $300 challenge, we have Richard from Sarasota. Rick in Sarasota is donating to meet the challenge and supporting True Talk. Thank you for that $100 contribution. And Samar, Kendra Muntz from Venice says, hi, Samar, thanks for all your good work, and is donating $100. So I think we need one more $100 donation in order to meet that first challenge. Please call now 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
Let me remind our listeners that they can go online, WMNF.org, and we need $100 in honor of Rob Lorai, who was one of the founders of WMNF. We have a challenge of $300 and we already met $200 of it. If you pay $100, you're going to get this amazing t-shirt that says Resistance Radio. I'm not sure who came with this logo, but brilliant at this time. Resistance Radio. Resistance is important. You resist injustice everywhere, and you also can resist it here by donating $100. It can be, by the way, $10 a month. We have people calling 813-239-9663, 813-239-9663, as Ahmed was saying, and we talk about interesting issues. For the past 2 years, we have concentrated on Gaza and the genocide and the atrocities happening there, and that's why maybe we haven't covered other issues in other regions, but the whole Middle East and the Arab world is paralyzed because of the genocide. And now the rebuilding, Ahmed was talking, who's going to pay? Of course, we don't know if this will hold because this is called ceasefire, although Trump was saying, no, this is Middle East peace. And, people are dying to have more diplomatic relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel and other nations, but the people there are resisting all this without really seeing an independent, free Palestinian state. So go please to 813-239-9663, 813-239-9663.
I just want to mention to people, I'm seeing this on the TV, that there's a traffic backup on the northbound Howard Franklin Bridge because of a tractor-trailer fire. So please be careful if you're driving northbound on the Howard Franklin Bridge. There's going to be some delays. So you might want to look for an alternate route, check your maps, applications, if you're safe and doing that before you leave. Just be aware of the traffic, which has been kind of nuts today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 30 minutes to go. And Ahmed, I was telling Sean, I have a feeling we're going to be raising more than $3,000.
Let's hope so.
That's nice. I see you're very calm today, because normally you're a little panicky, worried about the high amount. But today you have this kind of calm
I had all
feeling.
my panic during driving. I almost ran into a trailer. It zapped
Really?
all,
On 75 North?
Yeah.
Samar, by the way, drives here every week, committed to the station. The station doesn't cover her gas or her expenses or her car, and she comes here to bring you this content, this programming, this news, and this perspective. Who's going to step up and do their part to keep this? Because you know what? In a democracy and justice, they don't speak for themselves. They have to have people that push that out there. And if people are just listening only to Fox News and some of these other stations out there, imagine the misinformation that they're getting. And that's how people politicians get away with bad policies, because the people are misinformed. But here at WMNF, we're keeping you informed. Here at True Talk, we're keeping you informed about foreign affairs, the relations with the Arab and Muslim world, the Middle East, what's happening in Israel and Palestine, and the war and genocide on Gaza, where just about all other stations will refuse to call it a genocide. We've been calling it genocide from the beginning. It was obvious. Now all the genocide scholars in the world are basically repeating what we've been saying for the past 2 years. This is a genocide, and from the beginning, they have genocide intent, and they've carried it out. It's not rocket science. And the mass media has been just giving excuse after excuse. And up until today, the New York Times, Washington Post, others continue to somehow ignore what's happening. Not ignore, but mischaracterize what's happening in Gaza as some sort of war or, equal conflict between two parties. That's not the case. So, Sean, you have more yellow slips of people who donated.
I do. Brian Lippincott from Tampa is contributing $119 and is getting a pair of WMNF socks, which you can also get with your donation. And I'd like to thank him. And since that donation was more than $100, we did meet that first challenge that we had for $300. And I believe Samar in a minute is going to tell us about a different challenge that we have. So thank you to Brian for that. Also, John M. Howell from Brooklyn is becoming a member of the Circle of Resistance at $10 a month. Thank you for that donation as well. And hey, Karen Underwood from Dunedin. Our friend Karen is donating $53.70. She says this is the best little radio station on planet Earth. So thank you for that donation, Karen. Now we're looking for your donation, 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
Who started that line, the best little radio station? Because is WMNF little?
Well, we certainly used to be littler, if that's a word.
Small. Have you seen the old building?
Yeah, of course. That was. I'm saying, it's not really. WMNF's reach now goes so far, but yeah, it started little and it's grew up. But yes, the line still sticks. But well, if it helps you support our little radio station, best little radio station on planet Earth, needs your money today in order to stay on the air, in order to continue being resistance radio, to speak truth to power. I'm telling you, people in Washington want to see public radio stations and public broadcasting completely disappear. They want to be able to have it, everything just basically like Fox News and right-wing radio. We don't want that, and you don't want that. And in order to stay on there, and they're cutting funding, and they've cut funding already. We can't rely on government funding. We're going to depend on you for this support. Please call us now at 813-239-9663. If you contribute $100 right now, you will get a free T-shirt. And you can ask for it and ask for your size. And it says Resistance Radio, the People's Frequency. Be part of the People's Frequency.
Ahmed, I have amazing news.
Awesome. We like to hear amazing news.
Yes, I have amazing news. I have a donor who is challenging all our listeners. He will pay $500 in honor of the late Rob Lorai.
Oh, another
he
one
says,
for
in memory of Rob Lorai, one of the last true journalists and listener-supported radio pioneers. We will miss you in these troubled times. Please, this is a person from Bradenton, and he is sending $500. We need 5 people to call and pledge $500. This is $1,000. Sean.
So you're saying 5 people would each call and make a $100 donation. If we get those, then added to this challenge, we'll get a total of 1,000, which would be great. So we're looking for 5 people right now to donate $100 or more to meet this challenge. Can you be one of those people? 813-239-9663. Can you donate at WMNF.org?
Actually, we have 3 people calling now. Maybe we have $300, but we need
Potentially.
We need another 10 people to call. We have volunteers. We have volunteers taking your phone calls, and we have volunteers also at the computer taking pledges online, WMNF.org, WMNF.org. If you do that, make sure that you mention True Talk. Again, we have a pledge of $500. It's a challenge of $500 in honor of Rob Lorai. We have about 40 minutes or less. 20
minutes. We have 24 minutes.
24 minutes or less, and probably also the time. 24 minutes. We need 5 people to call 500 to pay 100 each. Ahmed, to keep us on the air and to keep WMNF. Remember, Ahmed, how many times you and I keep telling people democracy is fragile, especially without freedom of speech. And you and I were talking yesterday, and you told me that there were 2 beautiful things for you and I being here. You know, I wasn't born here. You came here much younger than me, which was freedom of speech
and freedom of religion.
And the rule of law.
Yeah, rule of law, freedom of religion. These First Amendments, I mean, this is what differentiated. Like, you know, Samar and I are American citizens by choice. And the best thing about America that we admire is the First Amendment. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press. These things, for me are what's most valuable about being an American. The best part. You take that away from America, what is America after that? It's not much different than other places around the world. The best democracy in the world is now being tested. Now we figure out that it's not really the most solid democracy, that it's fragile, and it's kind of based on an honor system. People are going to play by the rules. You know, we learn about the checks and balances that are supposed to be in place, but right now they're being tested. And ultimately, you have 3 branches of government, but if one branch, mainly the executive, goes rogue and becomes authoritarian, the other 2 branches of government don't really have a mechanism or a way to check them. I mean, Supreme Court gives a ruling. If Trump ignores it, they don't have their own law enforcement or troops to enforce the law. They still report to Trump. And we see right now what's happening with ICE and the injustice and lack of accountability that's happening there. Sure, you go after people who are not here or undocumented, bring them to justice, do whatever, but you can't just go and just smash people's heads in and people that are protesting. That is unacceptable. Who's going to speak up against that? And if the media is not bringing it and carrying this information to others, then this abuse will continue to happen. So I'm worried about this country. I'm worried about the future of this country, and WMNF is Resistance Radio. We're worried about what's going on. We're bringing it to people's attention, and you could be part of it too by making a contribution right now at 813-238-80 or 239-9663, 239-9663. Call us now to make your pledge.
I want to play this music from Gaza, from the Gaza Youth Choir, in honor of all these children.
is seeing, I'm just reading headline news right now. Norway braces for Trump's reaction if he doesn't win the Nobel Peace Prize. And there's all these articles. Norway, the country where the Nobel Committee is, they're actually worried about Trump's reaction. What is he going to do to Norway?
Oh my God.
That's really one of the main things that's driving him to actually wanting to travel all the way to Egypt for the negotiations, because he really wants that peace prize. And maybe for the world peace, they should just give it to him just for world peace.
He actually said he's going to go to Israel and address the Knesset, and Egypt is saying, come to us.
Oh,
so they're now quarreling over where he's going to go.
Oh.
And every one of these countries want to be like the reason why this peace was signed, and some now Saudis.
They want to take credit.
Because Trump didn't mention Saudi Arabia. He just mentioned Qatar.
Oh, and Saudi Arabia has there's
Turkey,
tensions with Qatar.
And Turkey and Egypt. Sean, we need to thank people.
We do need to thank people because they're donating, and I'm really happy about that. Thanks to Tina and Dennis Hennies from Brooksville with a $53.70 contribution. They say True Talk is more important than ever, and they still have to say that it is more important than ever. They love this program, and they love all of you. So thank you, Tina and Dennis. And Sarah Corson from Tampa is contributing $103.
Yay.
Says Samar and Ahmed, I appreciate your guests and depend on this show to find out what's really happening in Gaza. Your show is invaluable to me. Sarah is getting one of our WMNF t-shirts, so that's a $100 donation. So we're still looking for 4 more $100 donations. When we get those, we will get an additional $500 donation from a person who made an anonymous challenge. So we're looking for your donations right now. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. I can also thank right now Anonymous for a $100 donation. This Anonymous in Hudson says, keep up the good work. They're getting a WMNF t-shirt. So thank you to Anonymous. Now we are looking for 3 people with $100 contributions to make to WMNF, and we will get that. We'll meet that challenge, and we'll get that additional $500 to True Talk.
$500, that could probably put us at maybe $1,500, roughly $1,200 if we get that. But we actually have a goal of $3,000. And right now we have just about 18 minutes left before our show ends. So we need some people to call in with the $100 contribution. Listen, if you can afford giving us a $500 contribution or a pledge that you can pay over the year, that would be huge for us. If you can do $1,000, even more, it sends a strong message to the station that you support our show. We get this station is under a lot of pressure to cancel our show all the time. Believe it or not, there are people in this community, not a lot, but they're very vocal and they're influential. And they keep calling on the station and harassing. They want to take us off the air. They've even offered money to take us off the air. They don't want this voice, the voice that's speaking out against the atrocities in Gaza, speaking out about Israel's illegal occupation. They don't want that voice to be on the air. They think that that's something that doesn't belong here, that narrative shouldn't be here, and they want to shut it down. And the station keeps standing behind us. And one of the reasons is because of the listeners and supporters like yourselves that are donating. It sends a very powerful message to the management, to the station, to the board, that the community's got our back. And we're counting on you again to step up. So please call us right now at 813-239-9663, 813-239-9663. Stand with Samar and I in True Talk and WMNF and be part of the resistance. And together, we're going to push back against the voices of hatred, the voices of oppression, the voices of injustice, people that want to, reshape America into something that was never intended to be, that want to, roll back the advancements that we've made in our society here. And that can be very dangerous, not just for us, but for all minorities and all people of color that are now, if things continue the way that they are, and if Steve Miller and others have their way, things are not going to be good for us. But you can't wait until that happens. You have to speak up now. You have to stay informed. We have to stay organized, and we have to continue to be part of the resistance. So, and when we say resistance, we're talking about constitutional rights resistance to protect the Constitution, to protect America from those that want to change it to something else. Samar, would you have anyone to thank, Samar?
Not at the
Sean,
moment.
you don't have anyone to thank?
I don't.
Call us right now so we can thank you. 813-239-9663. Don't wait for somebody else to make that phone call. Call us right now.
Actually, Ahmed, we get many unique guests that you will not find them on mainstream media, like Eli Clifton that I had yesterday. I don't know if you know him, Sean, or of him.
Of course.
But he is one of the journalists, investigative journalists, who talked about the leaked Oracle executives' emails where they talk how they're going to control public opinion in America, how they're going to control TikTok. How are they going to control different ways Americans go to the news from? So without really WMNF and without True Talk, how are you going to find out what's going on in the Middle East? For instance, to give you just an example, everybody is talking about this peace plan and all of that. But actually, there is something called Board of Peace where the war criminal of the Iraq war,
Tony Blair.
Tony Blair is going to be one helping and running Gaza.
Unindicted, I should say. Unindicted war criminal.
He's a war criminal in my book. So, and like, excuse me, Trump doesn't even know where Gaza is on the map, and he's going to be the president of this council that will decide for the Palestinians their future. So this kind of news and in-depth analysis, you're going to only hear it on True Talk. So please go to 813-239-9663, 813-239-9663, and believe it or not, because of this amazing technology, we do have people who listen from all over the world, on Twitter in particular, and sometimes when Ahmed and I are transmitting live via YouTube, you will have people from all over the world listening.
Quite a number of people.
Yes, a lot. Remember last time when I did an interview, I think...
more than 9,000 people tuned in live.
Yeah, it's just amazing that you can have this amount of people. And that's only on Twitter that we're listening live.
Samar, we know your Twitter is as strong as Trump, on X as far as your reach. You're just up there. It's a beautiful Twitter.
But people are being exposed to WMNF, and I think they need to be going to WMNF.org and donating, because I do not see any people calling. We have no clue I don't know if we can see who is pledging online. So
I'll go look.
Yeah, we have something
you can pledge online. You don't have to call in. You can go to WMNF.org right now and make your pledge online, and just make sure you select True Talk. Make sure you select True Talk. I'm expecting a couple of people to call in.
And this challenge.
And they haven't yet. Well, this challenge is still on the table. Is this the same one you announced?
Yeah.
$500 challenge, guys. It's a tribute to Rob Lorai. Rob Lorai, one of the founders of WMNF here, took a chance on Samar and I over 20 years ago to get us a show on the station. And we've been on ever since. And in this pledge, the anonymous person that made the pledge is saying, in memory of Rob Lorai, one of the last true journalists and a listener-supported radio pioneers. We will miss you in these troubled times. Rob has passed away, but his legacy continues. And actually, True Talk is one of his legacies, that we could thank him. And you can be part of that legacy as well by making a contribution right now and meeting this challenge. We're looking for a couple of more people to call in right now with $100 contribution. And if we do, altogether, that will be $1,000. So call right now at 813-239-9663. Don't wait for someone else. Sean, you have some people to thank.
I do have some people to thank, yeah. So thanks for reminding us, Ahmed, about the 3 more $100 donations that we're looking for in order to meet that challenge. Hey, thanks to Brian Wilson from Gibsonton, Florida, with a $37.70 contribution. He says thank you to True Talk, and he's also making this donation in tribute to Rob Lorai. Glenn Winters from Tampa is donating $25. He says there's news, music, and hope, peace, love, and justice for all. Thank you for that. And Rudolfo Ricketts from Riverview is donating $100 to True Talk and is getting the WMNF t-shirt. So that's one fewer donation of $100 that we need. So we are looking for 2 more donations of $100 or more, and we will get that $500 in challenge. So thank you to people who are donating right now, and I want to thank you and with your donations, you can make it by calling our phone bank volunteers at 813-239-9663. You can also donate on our secure website, which is wmnf.org.
Sorry, I'm sending my friends multitasking here, Sean. I am hoping that... Do you know what's the tally? Do we know how much?
I will find out very soon.
Okay.
So even though we're waiting for this, the ceasefire to actually start, in the meantime, there are Palestinians still getting bombarded, being killed. One of the reasons why the ceasefire hasn't started yet is because Netanyahu has to meet with his cabinet to approve and vote on the deal. The ministers have to vote on it. The meeting has started, but Netanyahu just paused his security cabinet meeting on Gaza deal to talk with India's Prime Minister Modi. I wonder what he has to do with any of this.
He needs to talk to Modi?
He paused the meeting to have a phone call with Modi. So... they still haven't voted. This guy's really dragging his feet, Netanyahu is, as far as the vote to approve the deal. In the meantime, they're changing realities on the ground, bombing a lot of places and not allowing people to return, even though a ceasefire is really supposed to be in effect and people are celebrating it. Trump told his cabinet that hostages may be released as early as Monday or Tuesday. Call us right now at 813-239-9663 if you're just tuning in. We are raising money as part of our fund drive, which we do 3 times a year to raise money for our show and the station. And as you know, WMNF is listener-supported and not commercially driven. We don't have any commercials or advertisers. And that's why Samar and I have the freedom to be able to bring you authentic conversations and content and stories and speak out against the genocide that's happening in Gaza and injustice in other places. If you want to be part of that and see that as a value and something that's important that is needed in our community, we ask you to call us right now at 813-239-9663. We have a challenge on the table right now, $500 pledge. We need about 2 more people to call in right now with a $100 contribution or a $100 pledge. And you can actually get the T-shirt for that amount of gift. But if you do, then we'll be able to match that with the $500 pledge challenge, and we'll have $1,000, which will go a long way to help us meet our $3,000 goal, which we're supposed to raise in this hour. And we only have 7 minutes left. Sean has a tally.
We're almost
look really happy.
We're almost halfway there.
Oh, halfway
we've
there,
raised
we have
more
7
than
minutes?
we've raised more than $1,400. That's good. That's great. We still need to raise $1,537. So we're really looking for a $1,000 hero out there right now. If you have $1,000 that you'd like to donate to WMNF in support of True Talk, please call now, 813-239-9663. You can also make that donation at wmnf.org. We're looking for donations of all sorts of at any level you would like, but we're especially looking for giant donations right now because True Talk has a $3,000 goal, which we would love to surpass. Samar was very confident we would hit 5,000. I would love to see that. We are looking for
5,000.
Yeah, she said on the air that she was confident we were going to raise $5,000. So I'm bringing it up yet again to manifest that.
Wow.
813-239-9663 or wmnf.org.
This is WMNF 88.5 FM. Ahmed and I are raising funds for the most unique show on the air. Arabs and Muslims and Palestinian and Egyptian like me are talking about what is going on in the Middle East, and we bring experts from all backgrounds and all creeds and religion to talk about this conflict. Before that, of course, we used to talk about poetry and novels and different parts of the world and the music, but because of the genocide going on in Gaza, we have been concentrating on it, and actually there isn't enough time, so please, to talk about all the issues, but please go to 813-239-9663, 813-239-9663. We have 3 people calling. We are hoping that we can meet the challenge of $500. We need more, maybe like 2 people to call and donate $100 each. Get this amazing Resistance T-shirt in honor of Rob Lorai. This is a challenge, and that was sent to us a few minutes ago. you can go to wmnf.org and donate. Sean, do you think I am over optimistic? People always tell me you're very optimistic.
Well, let's see. Let's see if our listeners come through. Let's see if the people you're reaching out to by text will respond. We are hoping to get some more big donations. We would love to hear from you right now. If you are a supporter of True Talk, if you're listening right now and you love the show, the great interviews that Samar and Ahmed bring you every single week on WMNF's True Talk, that is worth supporting. So whether you would like to make a $100 donation or whether you would like to make a $4,000 donation,
Or 500.
yes, or a $500 donation, thanks to the people who have already made donations of that size. We are so thankful for all of our donors, but we are looking for your contributions as well. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
Actually, I'm just looking here at the jersey hoodie for $150. It's beautiful. It's it's very nice. $150 for a jersey hoodie. You can also be a Circle of Resistance that used to be Circle of Friends. For $13 a month, you can get this jersey. Again, for I think $10 a month, you can get a tote. For $45, you can get what is it? Cleaning cloth.
A lens cloth.
Oh.
So to clean your glasses.
Oh, lens cloth. And then, I got the bandana last
Nice.
time.
Those are nice.
I love it. I think I'm running better because of the WMNF bandana. You don't have it this time.
For $1,000, Summer will make you dinner.
Wow, thank you.
I'm just volunteering that.
Meshi, Ahmed. My husband.
Mahshi, mahshi dinner?
Meshi, okay. No.
Mahshi means okay.
Oh, nice.
But mahshi means like stuffed.
We stuff everything.
Stuffed like,
We stuff even
cabbage.
carrots.
Stuffed.
Oh, yeah.
Carrots and onions.
But
And potatoes.
if you give $1,000, I will have dinner with you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
With
if-
me? So
no,
they pay-
if you paid.
The donor and Ahmed.
Yes, the donor and So
I'll pay you
we'll have dinner with
$1,000
the
and
donor
not have dinner with you.
Wow.
at a Middle Eastern restaurant.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh my
Maybe,
gosh. We have, we're running out of time. I'm going to tell you a joke.
But it has to be $1,000.
Okay.
Paid, not pledge.
Paid. 813-239-9663. When Hashim, my nephew, he was 8 or 9, and there is a very famous Jordanian, like this is the traditional dish of them, like steak and apple pie and potato, and it's called mensaf. So he would ask me, Auntie, how can I translate it? And it says blowing up. He says, Auntie, are you serious? I'm going to tell my friends my favorite food item is blowing up. I said, no, it blows up in your stomach. It's called mensaf. Mensaf is blowing. So the taste,
I thought mensaf is...
No, mensaf from Nesif.
Nesaf, yeah.
So by my reaction, my nephew was priceless because he thought,
Somebody told me that
my
mensaf
friend.
is a resistance meal.
It's insulin resistance meal.
Huh?
It's insulin resistance meal.
Wow.
It's resistance meal, but I explained to you that another time if you give $1,000 and I'll take you to a mensaf dinner if you contribute $1,000. And the dinner will be on me. So you don't have to pay for the dinner, but it's $1,000. So let's see if anyone takes a challenge. But right now, if you can contribute $100, $500, we're looking for that $500 contribution, maybe 2 of them. That will get us really close. That will get us really close to our...
Oh gosh, a lot of people are calling.
That
They
will get
want to
us
take
really
Ahmed.
close to our... if you want to take... Actually, it can be more than one. For every $1,000, I will go to dinner.
Mensaf.
Yes, but of course, after you pass a security check.
Can I read these?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we are getting donations in. Remember, we need 2 more $100 donations to meet that challenge. Here's a $37 donation and 70 cents from Jay Ullman in Sarasota is making a donation in tribute of Rob Lori. Thank you. Megan from St. Petersburg, $100 contribution is getting the WMNF t-shirt. Thank you. So we need 1 more. And here's that 1 more. Margaret from Bradenton is
Yay.
donating $100. So she says, this is an important show for everyone to hear to build community.
Woo.
So thank you to all those donors. Now we get the $500 challenge as well. We still need to hear from you.
We need $500. We need $1,000 right now.
Now go to dinner with Ahmed. I'll pay you $1,000 and go have dinner with Ahmed.
So that way we can reach our goal. $500, $1,000. You guys can do it. Just do it.
We're just few dollars away from it. 813-239.
We're a few $100 away from our goal, but
813-239-9663. No, because we just got the 500.
500, yeah. So we're less than 1,000 away.
We're less than 1,000, right?
Yeah.
But so that tally earlier did not include the 500.
Not the 500.
Okay. So guys, we're really cutting it down to the last 60 seconds.
Yes.
Last 30
30
seconds.
seconds. The scoop is
the
coming.
scoop is coming up,
Yeah.
or NPR.
The award-winning WMNF News, The Scoop.
Congratulations.
Is coming up. But here's a five. Let's see.
Okay.
Is it 500?
Yes, we have a 500. Manal from Ocala.
Oh,
Thank
my
you so
God.
much for keep up the great work. He's getting WMNF socks.
Okay.
And also Nermeen from Clearwater is donating $25. WMNF Tampa. She appreciates all that you do to end these wars, and she's getting a WMNF magnet.
WMNF Tampa.
Guys,
to
keep
everyone.
calling in. Keep calling in. We still are not at that goal.